Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're doing something a little bit different because we're going to be talking about what we might be seeing from Nintendo's Direct to E3 this year. There's been a lot of rumors and speculation about what could be happening for this year's Nintendo Direct, so we're going to talk about that today. If you are excited for the video though, as always, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 600 likes, it really does help out. Leave a comment as well, what do you think we might be seeing at E3's Nintendo Direct? And make sure to subscribe as well if you're brand new. We're of course going to be live streaming the whole Direct, so if you want to come watch along with us, you're more than welcome. Either way though, with all of that out of the way, let's get into the video and take a look at what we might see at Nintendo's Direct at E3. So, starting things off, this is the article that we're going to be going over today. It was posted on IGN. It will be linked in the description down below. And I'm using this article because it basically goes over everything that I'm expecting to see at the Nintendo Direct. But it kind of just sums it up in a better way than me just kind of blabbering on about random stuff. So obviously, like I say, it will be linked in the description. But they start off the article by saying what to expect from Nintendo at E3 2021. While we're all waiting for the Nintendo E3 2021 Direct to start later this month, here are some of the things we're hotly anticipating from the company. More than a few of these games have been previously announced, and we expect to see first the gameplay footage of them in the coming weeks. Now they start off with the Nintendo Switch Pro. It's an interesting one for me because if you go to Nintendo's actual tweet that they tweeted out, it goes on to say we're getting 40 minutes of software. It doesn't say hardware. I feel like the fact that it says software means that we might not be getting the Nintendo Switch Pro reveal at E3, which is interesting because obviously there's been rumors and speculation, all sorts, about the Nintendo Switch Pro getting announced before E3. It's been getting posted online on like shops and stuff like Amazon and then been taken off quickly, pre-orders and everything. So a lot of people were expecting to see some sort of announcement, and it makes sense. There's a lot of third-party companies that are making games for the Nintendo Switch Pro. It would make sense to have the announcement of the Switch Pro before the games get announced, because you can't really announce a game for a console that hasn't been announced yet. It doesn't make sense at all. But unfortunately, it hasn't been announced yet. I'm recording this on the Thursday. We've got the Direct next Tuesday. Obviously with a few days left before that, but I don't think they're going to announce it like a day or two before the Direct. They may as well just announce it at the Direct. So, I don't know. Maybe they start off with the Direct with the Switch Pro announcement. I just don't know. But yeah, apparently we might be getting something at E3 about it, but I don't know. I just feel like the fact that Nintendo tweeted out saying roughly 40 minutes of Nintendo Switch software, like games and stuff, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, they go on to say rumors of a new Nintendo Switch have been bubbling up for the last 2 years now, and if there was ever a time to announce a more powerful handheld console, it would be now. The Switch recently hit the midpoint of its life cycle, and the company has had a perchance for releasing improved hardware with things like the Nintendo DSi and new Nintendo 3DS. So far, we've seen reports that suggest Nintendo is working on a larger Switch model with a bigger 7-inch Samsung OLED display. The new Switch Pro will also purportedly support 4K resolutions while in docked mode and have a longer battery life as well. So yeah, there've been all the specs and stuff that's been announced as well, again giving more of a reason for it to be revealed before the E3, but I don't even know anymore. Next up, everybody's big one is Breath of the Wild 2. Now, of course, the Breath of the Wild 2 was first revealed in the teaser trailer during E3 2019, so it'll be like 2 years since it was actually revealed. But obviously, fast forward to now, and we are still waiting on the game. And apparently, Xbox expected it would have released during 2020. Nintendo might just be saving it for this year when The Legend of Zelda is celebrating its 35th anniversary. At the very least, Nintendo has promised we'll get some news on the highly anticipated sequel this year. So yeah, in the Direct that we got earlier on in the year, they did talk about Skyward Sword, obviously the HD remaster that's coming to the Switch. And they did also talk about how Breath of the Wild 2 was going to be getting some news this year. Now obviously the Direct we got earlier in the year was just for the first half of this year, so that's probably why we didn't get any Breath of the Wild 2 stuff, because that's most likely getting released in the second half of this year or maybe early next year. But Breath of the Wild 2 is definitely something I could see happening at Nintendo's Direct for E3. It's probably going to finish with it. You know how they do like a big blockbuster game at the end of the Direct just to get everyone hyped up even more? It's probably going to be Breath of the Wild 2. So yeah, I feel like we're definitely going to see something about that at E3. Next up, Metroid Prime 4. Now this has been one that has been spoken about a lot of rumors circulating, a lot of speculation about this potential game. If you think waiting for a new Legend of Zelda for 2 years has been excruciating, it's been 4 years since Metroid Prime 4 was teased with just a title card at E3 2017. Since then, nothing about Metroid Prime 4 has been revealed other than the fact that development on the game was restarted in January 2019, and Retro Studios, the developer behind the original Metroid Prime trilogy, picked up the reins. Other than that, the only sign we've seen that Metroid Prime 4 is in the works has been a hiring of a key art director back in February 2020. So it is being worked on. Again, I think this Direct's just going to blow everything out of the water. I think it's going to be insane. We obviously have just had a pretty subpar year with the pandemic and everything, so I think we kind of deserve just a massive, huge Direct with all these massive games: Metroid, Breath of the Wild, Pokemon, all these blockbuster, massive AAA titles that just get everyone super hyped up for the remainder of this year and obviously next year as well. Next up though, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Pokemon Legends Arceus isn't going to release until early 2022. But that doesn't make us any less excited to see this open world spin-off game. The game looks to be a feudal era prequel to Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl, set in the Sinnoh region. Pokemon Legends Arceus looks like it'll add a stealth element to capturing Pokemon, as it looks like you'll have to crouch in the tall grass to sneak up on them. Otherwise, the game will still revolve around capturing and battling Pokemon and completing the Pokedex. Well, completing the Pokedex, we're creating the first one. But yeah, I think we've got to get some Pokemon Legends Arceus stuff. Again, we haven't had a Presents. I'm recording this on the Thursday. I don't think we're getting a Presents anymore. I don't think it's going to happen. I think all the insiders were wrong, which again kind of just gives you really a cloud of doubt on whether, you know, they're legit or not. Like, I don't know. Like, they all said we were going to get it and we didn't get it. So I really don't know anymore. I don't know what to expect. Again, there is still a few days before Tuesday's Direct. And again, if a Pokemon Presents gets announced like during the recording of this video, I apologize, but as the point I'm recording this video, it hasn't been announced. So if it has been announced and you're watching this, I didn't know. But basically, as of right now, we ain't got nothing. We got diddly squat. So yeah, I feel like the fact that we haven't had any information about Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl since obviously the reveal of it in February, apart from the box art and the release date, we've got to get something at E3. We just have to, you know. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are getting released in November, and we haven't had anything since February, so we'll definitely get some stuff on that, which is obviously the next one we're going to go over. But Legends Arceus is still a little bit... I feel if they announce the Switch Pro, they're going to talk about Legends Arceus, Breath of the Wild 2, Metroid Prime 4, all these big games that are going to get made, not specifically for the Nintendo Switch Pro, but they're going to run a lot better on that console. So yeah, if they do announce a Switch Pro, they're going to talk about all the big games for it. Next up, Breath of the Wild, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl aren't just getting a spin-off, but also 3D remakes coming to the Nintendo Switch. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl will be the first pair of chibi-style games to get a full 3D reimagining since Pokemon Sword and Shield set the new standard for the series. So yeah, I think it has to be a given we're getting Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl stuff. And if we do get a Pokemon Presents, then again, this will just be probably just a recap. You know, if we do get Presents, which just gives us loads and loads of more information, they're just going to probably go over that a little bit in the Nintendo Direct, and maybe even share a little bit more. Who knows? Next up, we got Splatoon 3. Although Splatoon 3 was just announced during the recent Nintendo Direct, we expect to see gameplay reveals during E3 2021. Splatoon 3 looks like it'll add a new couple of features like customizable characters, cosmetics, and a new bow weapon. I've never played Splatoon, so I don't really have any like information about it because I don't know anything about the game. You just shoot people with paint, that's all I know. And then finally we have Bayonetta 3. Platinum Games first announced it was developing Bayonetta 3 exclusively for the Nintendo Switch during the 2017 Game Awards. Aside from the initial reveal trailer, we haven't heard much about the game, but just a few months ago, game director this person said it was safe to expect some news on the Bayonetta 3 this year. So yeah, like I say, a very well written article and everything we're probably going to see. This is all the stuff that I was going to literally just discuss anyway. Like, I don't really think they've missed anything. The only other thing I could potentially see is maybe a new Mario game. There was a leak that came out which kind of got loads and loads and loads of stuff right. And on that leak, there was Mario Kart 9. And I think Mario Super Strikers charged as well. So maybe another Mario game. Especially if we're getting the Switch Pro reveal, they're probably going to make a new Mario Kart for it. So I don't know. But yeah, the only other one that I would talk about is that Mario game. But just because of that leak that came out, that I think they literally got like 8 things right so far on that leak in terms of like what's being announced for the Switch. And the only things they haven't got right are just the ones that haven't been announced yet. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Mario. But anyway, that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. 600 likes is the target. Leave a comment. What do you think we're going to see at Nintendo's Direct at E3 this year? And subscribe if you're brand new. Again, like I said, we're going to be streaming all of it. So if you want to watch it along with us, you're more than welcome to. But with all of that out of the way, have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.